So next morning, it's like 8:30. Hardly slept at all. The guy below me snored the entire night. Even with my earplugs, didn't really help. I think my mattress I inflated a little too full. So I've taken a little pressure out to make it easier on my hips. And about 5 o'clock in the morning, some hiker decided they were going to leave early from a tent and came over to the shelter and made their breakfast. And all I could hear for like half an hour was crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. And they're trying to be quiet, but I mean, it was dead quiet. And that's all you could hear. And I wanted to yell at them. And then the girl with the injured knee on the same level as me decided to get up and start packing. And it's still dark out. And she was gone by the time I got out of my sleeping bag. Oh, I heard some birds at one point made some freaky noises. I think one of them was being attacked or something. Anyway, been a tough morning. But one of the trail runners went through all my gear, and we picked out a number of things to get rid of. You know, I didn't want to agree with her on a few things, but it's good to get a third opinion, or independent opinion. And I guess I'll lighten my load by a pound or two. And as soon as I get to a garbage spot, I'm going to drop my tortilla wraps and peanut butter, because I'm just not eating it and they're heavy. And well, that's it for now. Anyway, I'm going about 12 miles. I think it's Woody Gap or something like that. Beyond a point where you have to have a bear, the bear canister. So I can't stay there. I think it's 8 miles until there. So I just have to go a little further. And it's starting early. And since I got into the shelter last night, or yesterday, at like 2:30, and I did 8. Started at 9. I should be able to do this. It's really overcast right now. Rain tomorrow, apparently. Oof. Well, we're just able to drop off a pile of stuff at the garbage bin. A lot of the heavy food I don't think I'm going to be taking with me. And I can get my pack closed now, so big improvement. And all the garbage I had, which was not a lot. My cold soak pot and my alcohol stove, gone. So I can get my fuel canister into the pot now. Save a little room there, things like that. Now all I have to do is get to a post office and send off to Peter a pile of things that I don't want to carry with me anymore after the trail runner pointed out what I didn't need. And weather's really good now, but it's going to rain tomorrow. We'll see.
Did they ask us how many is coming?
Yeah. But I just said,
What if you guys showed up with the call?
oh, this is too good.
No, I mean like without telling Sam.
Well, I'm in my hammock at our campsite, which is a name I can't remember, but it's a campsite. It's not a shelter area. And it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Maybe it will. Probably will. Will it be raining at night or in the morning? Hard to say. We'll be able to pack up and get out of here while it's still dry. Who knows? But the only problem I have right now is that I see all these many little teeny little flying bugs. And if I have to set up my bug net, what a pain to have to get into this thing underneath the tarp. I did it in the garage and it was fine, but to have all your stuff underneath your hammock and then that be the entrance to your hammock, because everything's underneath there to protect it from the rain on the ground cloth. So, I guess I'll be finding out whether I need my bug net or not soon enough if they land on me and are bothering me. Otherwise, it's been a pretty nice afternoon after that great view, that mountain outlook. It was just I don't know, 2.5 miles or something like that beyond that to get to where we are now. So it was another 8-mile day. And to go beyond here, you'd be entering an area where you need to have a bear canister. And none of us have one, and so you'd have to walk through, and that would be another 5-6 miles or something like that. And I originally thought I might do that, but I'm sticking with the 8-mile. And I'll probably never see Kirby again, which is fine. I met a couple other Canadians along the way. Ralph from Edmonton, I met him at the campsite yesterday. He lives in Florida. And Martin, who's got a trail name of Snowbird. He's from Trois-Rivières, Quebec. And I really got to know him a little bit earlier today. And I guess we'll be having dinner in 2 or 3 hours. What I do between now and then, I guess I'll be drinking lots of water and going and refilling. And maybe editing some more videos. Hopefully I'm not doing anything where it's upside down again. I'm not sure exactly how that happened, but probably the angle of the camera before or when I hit the record button, before I aim it at what I'm going to video. So who's to say that this is going to be portrait or landscape right now? Anyway, all an education. And I guess I'll say goodbye for now and pick up again a little bit later. So I've turned in for the evening and had one of those good moments in trail hiking. We're talking about it, where the people who are hanging out in the same spot just sit and start talking about, experiences when they were back where they come from, or one guy in the talk here today, he's named Popeye. That's a trail name, and he's done the trail before. He did it a year ago. Met a couple other young people. They've done the PCT and they've done the Appalachian Trail a couple years ago, and they're doing it again. And so there's Wayne. I can't remember where he's from. Popeye from Maine area. John, I think he's from up in that area, but he's moved to another place. Some of these people were from the Seattle area. And probably spent, it's like 8 o'clock now, probably at least a good 2-3 hours or even more since we pulled in here. We've all been chatting, and Popeye, he makes his own backpacking stuff, his tarp and tent that he made, and he's using this here. Some Cuban fiber in it as well, so we're akin to soul in that way. And it's a really good time. I mean, if it wasn't for that kind of thing, there's scenery every now and then, like in the video you see 1 or 2 places we went to had a really nice view. I'm not going to get too many of those. And the good times come from when I stopped there. I was having a long conversation with a couple hikers, and here with a few more hikers, and even in the morning, getting ready, there are a few hikers there and talking a little bit about where you're going to go and that type of thing. And tomorrow morning, hopefully, no rain, get up, tear down, and start walking. And I'm sure it'll be a good 8 miles probably to wherever I'm going. Um, I'm not sure where Nails Gap is. I'm going to have to look at my guide again. I'm pretty bad for this planning and stuff, so I'm finding. And then I'll have a pretty good idea of when I'm going to be resupplying. I think I might be doing Nails Gap even tomorrow. Anyway, the idea is to have some of their frozen pizza. Apparently it's really good. I seem to recall people saying not to bother stopping there to stay overnight, but move on to the next campsite or shelter. So, well, I'll have to see how it goes. You know, if I can find somebody else and they want to share a motel or something like that, split the cost, I'll go for it. You know, have a shower, wash my clothes, you know, just feel human again in that way. Wearing the same thing pretty much almost every day, it seems. And I'm sure there's a aroma to go with it. So, that's about it for now. See you tomorrow.